Okay, welcome to Never Going Back Again by Fleetwood Mac. First of all, a little housekeeping. My guitar is tuned up a whole step in drop D, but the capo's on the 2nd fret instead of the 4th if it was in normal tuning. And the reason I did that is because my guitar stops at the 12th fret, and so playing the chorus bit is a little tricky. So if things look a little different to you with the fret markers, don't fret, because it's still in the same tuning as you are. Okay, so just to start off with, you will see some tabs at the bottom, and then also if you want the entire tab, you can download that on my Patreon. So, housekeeping out of the way, let's get to it. Most people think this is a difficult piece to play because of the syncopation between the thumb and the fingers. But really it's just a Travis picking pattern, and if we break it down step by step, hopefully it will help you to be able to put this song together. It's a lot harder than Landslide, which is what we did last week. I'll put a link to that above here. Okay, so we start on a D chord with our left hand, and if this doesn't look like a D chord to you, you're thinking, hey, that's a D chord, but it really comes from the caged C, so that should look like a C to you. And then when we go up a whole step with a C chord, we put our first finger here to make a little bar, and then we have a D chord. We don't need the pinky on the 5th string because we have the D on the 6th string, so that's our root there. And then there's a D chord. If you don't believe me, go ahead and play a D chord, and you'll see how it sounds very much the same, except for the high note. Okay? Okay, now what the right hand is doing in the first measure, we'll take the first measure. We have 6, 4, 5, 4. So just Travis, right? Because the thumb is alternating. That always means you're doing a Travis pattern. And now all we're going to do is we're going to pinch, okay? And then we play the 5th string, and then we're going to lift our 2nd and 3rd fingers and do a hammer. Now we're going to keep that chord, and we're just going to take our pinky to the 5th fret. And then here we're going to play 2 notes apart. Okay? And now our thumb and our ring finger are going to pinch. So we have, and then our middle finger plays the 2nd string. And then we're going to pinch 5 and 3. Ring finger plays 1 again. And then we pinch 4 and 2. So this measure. Okay. From the first measure we have. So you see that the left hand didn't change the chord. All we did was we just added the high note with the pinky in the 2nd measure. Okay, now we get to the 3rd measure, and now instead of hammering, we're going to pull off. Okay, so we pull off our 2nd and our 3rd finger, and then we play 5, and then we're going to take our 3rd and our 4th finger to the 5th fret, and we're going to play those 2 together as a pinch. So that 3rd measure. If you have really big hands, you can actually leave this first finger here if that's easier for you, but I just let go. It also gives a chance, the hand a chance to rest from holding that bar the whole time. And now right back to the D chord. And now we're going to pinch 6 and 2, index plays 3, and then again we have the pinky here. We're playing thumb and ring finger. Together pinch, 2nd string, and then 3rd and 5. Again, pinky, and then pinch, 2 and 4. So that measure is. Okay, it's really similar to the 2nd measure, except you're just pinching and playing different strings with the right hand. But the left hand's not doing anything different, so you can rest assured that that's a little easier. Okay, so let's put those 4 measures together. So there we have the first line. Okay, now we get to the second line, which I think is probably where most people have a problem with the syncopation. So now we're going to play a bar with the first finger in the second fret, and then your pinky's going to go on the second string in the fifth fret, and that's a cool A13 chord, suspended. Okay, so now we're going to pinch 1 and 5, and then pinch 5 and 3. So again, we just have a Travis picking pattern. We're going 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Okay, that's all the thumb is doing. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. And then what the fingers are doing is either together or in between. So to start off, we have the pinch, pinch. Okay, and then we play the first string again. Pinch. Okay, so we have pinch, 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 and then fifth string, pinch, pinch. Where it gets a little bit syncopated and tricky is that in the second measure there, we're leaving off the pinch on beat 1, right? Beat 1 doesn't have the pinch, it just has the fifth string by itself. So we're going, sorry, and then we're pinching on beat 2. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so in the first measure we have 1 and then and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Okay, so we're back to the D chord. Okay, and we're just going pinch, index, and then we take third finger and we just slide it into the fifth fret, and then we're going to pinch together. Thumb on 5, index on 4, middle on 2. Okay, and we slide to 7. And then come back and just pinch thumb and middle on 4 and 2. So we have, okay, and then we're back to pinch, thumb, pinky on 5, thumb, index, middle on 4. Okay, so that line is to a real simple Travis picking on that last measure where we have pinch, thumb on 4, thumb on 5, thumb on 4. Okay? Okay, so that is your verse pattern. It's the introduction and it's the verse, all the verses. Okay, in the chorus, that's going to be the 7th fret, right, and barring, and then the pinky on the 10th fret. Okay, so you thumb, and then thumb and index are going to pinch, and then 5th string. Or again, we just have the Travis picking pattern going 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. Okay, so we do this 6, pinch on 4 and 1, 5, and then the third finger is going to come down 1 fret lower on 9, and then you play 4, 3. Okay, so, and now we put the pinky back again, but we're going to cover 2 strings with it. We're going to cover the first and the second string, and we're going to pinch 1 and 6, and then play 2, and then pinch 3 and 4. And then play first string again, so we have. That's the last note on the second string, okay? you're practicing this, definitely give your hand a rest in between tries. Don't just, plow through it. So here we go, pinch, pinch, pinch. Okay, now the second line, we're going to bass on 6, pinch, and now take your third finger down to 9 again, but also put your second finger on the 8th fret of the second string. So we have, right? So pinch, and then one at a time, 4 and 3. So that second line. Okay, and then put the pinky back, covering 2 strings. It's the same as it was before. Okay, and now we're going to do the whole thing over again. This is actually the third time. So this time you wouldn't play that last note before you go to what I call the tag. So the whole section would be like this. Pinch. Play that second string last, and then play that second string last, and now we're going to play the first line again. That gives you time to go to the next little tag. It's just a little tag at the end of the chorus. So you're going to go back and play like a B minor 7 chord. So pinch, and then third finger is going to come up under the 4th string. And then we're going to get rid of this finger. And then thumb plays on 4, pinch. So then we have, I like to release my index finger off of the 5th string so that it doesn't keep ringing out. But if you can just mute it, that's fine for you. But then you might end up muting something else that you don't want to just by lifting the pressure. But I do let go of it just a little bit. I just snake it down like that so that now it's muted. And then you want to put it back, okay? So that's why maybe you might not want to let go of it. So you're going to pinch 5 and 2, 4, and then get the first string again with the pinky here and the ring finger here, and then let go. Play the 3rd string. Hammer your 2nd and 4th finger. So this whole measure from the B minor 7 is. So really you're just kind of snaking back and forth with that first finger off and on to A the first time just to kind of mute it so that the B doesn't keep ringing out. And the second time because you want that open A string. So one more time on this tag. Back at the beginning, and that is the whole song. So you just kind of want to work it up to where you feel like you can play everything correctly without mistakes, and then use your metronome and just gradually go step by step, faster and faster, until you feel like you've got it up to a nice tempo, because it goes at a bit of a clip. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you liked it and what other tutorials you might like to see in the future. All right, we'll see you the next time.